Hi there again, fans. Ray Morgan welcoming you to professional wrestling from the National Arena in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and some exciting matches. Here's how we get underway. A 2 out of 3 fall battle, an Australian tag team match. Bruno's cousin, Antonio Pugliese, from Campobasso, Italy, joins with Arnie Skolin to meet Angelo Savoldi and Tony Alamori. A one-fall match, Pete Sanchez takes on The Beast. And one fall to curfew, Ronnie Atchison of St. Joe, Missouri, a newcomer, meets Masher Sloan. We'll be getting underway with this match in just a moment. Here come the introductions from our ring announcer, smiling Sam Mason.
Ladies and gentlemen, promoter Vince McMahon has come up with another exciting star-studded wrestling card for the National Arena in Washington next week. And with your kind permission, I will take this opportunity to announce the entire card. The show will get underway with a match between Pete Sanchez of Brooklyn and the Golden Boy, Arnold Skolin. Angelo Savoldi takes on the Puerto Rican champion, Miguel Perez. Tomas Marin will oppose Ronnie Atchison, a Midwesterner who will make his debut here later tonight. Domingo Robles, also making his home in New York, will oppose Bobby Davis's The Beast. Tony Altamori, the pride of Connecticut, will take on everybody's favorite Johnny Valentine. The 385-pound Prince Ukiah, fresh from Honolulu and Japan, will take on two men, Jose Garcia and the magnificent Maurice. And that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. The dark match, starting at 8:30 p.m. And listen to this. A tag team match between Baron Mikkel Cicluna and Dr. Bill Miller against Antonio Pugliese and his cousin, the world heavyweight champion, Bruno Sammartino. 8:30. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team match is 2 out of 3 falls. Introducing in this corner from Stamford, Connecticut, at 231 pounds, Tony Altomori. His partner at 227 from Parsippany, New Jersey, Angelo Savoldi. They're facing the 2 men in this corner at 230 pounds from Campobasso, Italy, Antonio Pugliese. And his partner from White Plains, New York, at 232, the Golden Boy, Arnold Skolin.
Well, with Savoldi, Altomori, and Pugliese in there, Skolin is the only one out of, like a fish out of water. He's the only non-Italian. Skolin, the road manager of Bruno Sammartino, in there now with his cousin, who has certainly shown that he can take care of himself, Pugliese. This should be quite a match. Altomori already inciting trouble. Well, it's going to be Arnie Skolin moving out against Tony Altomori. Altomori giving him a look at that footwork of his. And the pride of Stamford, Connecticut, alertly moving around. Skolin trying to bag him into the corner, and look at this. Savoldi was all set. If Altomori could get Skolin near that corner. Altomori feinting toward a trip out. Keep your eye on Savoldi. Watch out for Savoldi, Arnie. And Arnie winds up slapping Altomori on the face. Open hand. Altomori's feelings are hurt. And that smile that he had on his face is replaced with a grim look now. Nice shoulder haul and takedown by Savoldi, following with an arm lock. Arnie Skolin keeping him under control. Altomori coming to his feet now, and he doesn't stay there long. That was Savoldi charging in there. And to even the count, Pugliese moves in, and Savoldi is stopped by the referee as Arnie Skolin picks up right where he left off, thanks to the help of Antonio Pugliese. Altomori working across the face or windpipe. I can't see from here which. The referee can see, and Jack Davis wastes no time in counting him off. Even though he's caught and has to be counted off the hold, it still has its effect on Arnie Skolin. Again, the count gets to 2. Skolin now trying to get a tag off to his partner Pugliese, but thus far Altomori has succeeded in keeping him out of reach. Again, Jack Davis getting that count started. And once more in, Angelo Savoldi moving in when he isn't allowed to. Well, once more, Pugliese trying to give Arnie a helping hand. And the referee is apparently convinced that there was a legitimate tag-off made there. This is an Australian tag team match, 2 out of 3 falls. 2 super wrestling shows are set for the New York area at Westchester County Center in White Plains, Monday night, February 14th, and at Whitey Carlson's beautiful Island Garden in West Hempstead, Friday night, February 18th. Bruno Sammartino, wrestling's Iron Man and world's heavyweight champion, will make a title defense on each of these cards, headlining against Big Bill Miller at White Plains, Monday night, February 14th, and against Bobby Davis's undefeated Beast at West Hempstead, Friday night, February 18th. Oh boy, Alamore showing how strong he was to throw Pugliese off. Now he wants to have Savoldi verify that he was being choked. Look at this double arm stretch that Pugliese puts on. And Alamore has to watch those shoulders, too. He's in position to be pinned. Well, the vibrator going now as Pugliese shakes him up. Savoldi yelling to the referee. Uh-oh, a roll-up by Alamore, but he's not going anywhere. His leg's pinned, and look at this. Pugliese climbs aboard, and the crowd calling to ride him, cowboy. This is an unwilling bucking bronco. Alamore not at all happy about this position. Pugliese puts the blinders on him. There, now Tony can see where he is. Alamore indignant. Oh, hey, watch out. Don't you swing at him. This match will be over a lot faster than you think. Alamore claiming that his hair was pulled, that he was humiliated. Uh-oh, there's Alamore. And there go the laces of his shoes. Now Savoldi joins in. And here comes Skolin to try and even things up.
Come on, Alamore, come on, look at what they put on.
Whoa! Pugliese took all the steam out of that. Hey, look at this! Pugliese catching Savoldi with a flying head scissors. That brought the fans to their feet. There goes Tony Aldamori being crashed into the corner. Pugliese. Giving him the twist. Boy, that roughs up those ears. Savoli charging from the rear, doesn't catch Pugliese unprepared. Man, he can take care of himself, can he? Aldamori nailed, Savoli nailed, and look, they're going to try and save one another. Well, hands up or down, it didn't matter. Pugliese let him have it. Oh, he's in trouble. He's between them. Right alongside that cauliflower ear. Boy, it's blooming now. Savoli trying to get a bear hug on there, but Arnie takes care of that for Pugliese. And the referee's forced to get him out of that corner. Savoli, as you can see, using those trunks to get Pugliese over into his end of the ring. But that, well, Arnie's going to be sent back. And that gives Aldamori and Savoli a chance to gang up on Bruno's cousin. Aldamori using that rope for something beside tag purposes. Pugliese tags off to Skolin. Skolin fires him away after nailing him with a forearm to the chin. Full Nelson by Arnie. Aldamori's helping hand landed on the wrong spot. We may have a vendetta here in between Aldamori and Savoli. Reverse hammerlock, and boy, Savoli knows how to take advantage of it. The New Jersey veteran banging away, whips him over in a backdrop, body press, 2. Nope, Savoli says, I'm not ready for him yet. I want to hurt him some more. He should have kept him there. 2, 3. Aldamori caught on the top ropes as he tries to come over and help Savoli. Skolin getting Savoli with a reverse full leg Nelson. And they got Savoli spinning like a top as Pugliese and Arnie nailed him with those flying forearms. Savoli being held in his corner by Aldamori. Let's get an official word. Aldamori wants to try and get his version announced, but here's the official.
Winner of the first fall, ladies and gentlemen, Pugliese and Skolin.
There you have it, the winner of the first fall in this Australian tag team match. 2 out of 3 falls between the team of Aldamori and Savoli, and Pugliese and Skolin is Antonio Pugliese and Arnie Skolin. We'll be back with the next fall in a moment. Once more, Aldamori is going to start the battle, and so is Arnie Skolin, representing their respective teams. I announced last week the possibility of the return of big-time wrestling to the Newark Armory. I can add to that the fact that promoter Willie Gilzenberg is in Washington tonight and has been in conference this past week with top city officials in Newark, and has just informed me that he'll have something definite to announce perhaps next week. I don't have to add the fact that all of us will be certainly looking forward to getting wrestling back in the Newark Armory. And we'll pass the word on to those of you fans who have been phoning and writing about that for such a long time. Oh, there's Alamori using some of his illegal tactics, and Davis spots it. But not before Alamori turns him over to the none too tender ministrations of Angelo Savoldi. The boys of Savoldi keeping him hung in there. Oh! Well, Alamori has certainly been trying, and Savoldi's been on the receiving end twice now. Arnie Skolin got out of there just in time. The referee showing Savoldi he's supposed to be holding onto that rope, not holding onto any opponent while he's in that outside the ring. Alamori's still feeling the effects of that charge of his that misfired. Alamori stepping back and Skolin warily watching. Alamori and Savoldi have to be very careful. Pugliese and Skolin won the first fall, and this could be the deciding fall. Wrestling's top talent will feature new faces while putting some of the good old Jersey bounce into the big show set for Moose Hall in Trenton this coming Monday night, January 31st. Baron Mikel Cicluna, the Giant from Malta, Bobby Davis's Beast, and Antonio Pugliese, Bruno's cousin, will be featured together with the champion himself, Bruno Sammartino. That's the treat awaiting you New Jersey wrestling fans on one of the winter's top cards at Moose Hall in Trenton this coming Monday night, January 31st. Skolin in trouble. And Davis just reminding Savoldi if he doesn't hang on to that rope, he's going to disqualify both of them. Savoldi only listens with one ear apparently, and that must be the cauliflower one, as he grabs Skolin. Here comes Pugliese to settle this issue. And look at this. Savoldi looking for some place to hide, as Pugliese is all out after him. Well, Pugliese's going to make him stay in one corner, that's for sure. But in the other corner, Alamori is getting all the better of it. Savoldi lending a foot to the ribs as Alamori nails Skolin with a walloping right forearm to the jaw. That was a fist that time. That was no forearm. That was a plain out-and-out fist. And again, Alamori wings one in from right field. There's the tag off to Pugliese. And Alamori didn't know he was coming in. He clamps the side headlock on. Down goes Pugliese from a jarring shoulder crash. Runs into a body grab. And Pugliese drapes him over in the corner. And Pugliese's own corner. A driving forearm into the midsection. And Skolin and Pugliese have Alamori in trouble. Boy, they're tying him into all kinds of knots. There's that elbow smashing in again. Bruno must have gotten Johnny Valentine to show Pugliese how to do that. Aldomori finds he took on more than he bargained for. Boy, did he get cold-cocked. Wow. Savoli yelling for Aldomori to get over for a tag, but Aldomori only hears bells ringing, I'm afraid. Antonio Pugliese grabs him by the hair and sends him spinning. Whoa, a double knee drive right alongside those ears. A body slam by Pugliese, and again he catches Aldomori. Pugliese with a crocodile clutch. 2, 3. Boy, did Pugliese give him a going over. Wow. And then rolled him up in the crocodile clutch. Here comes the time. Oh, wait a minute.
The winners, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 straight falls, Antonio Pugliese and Arnold Skaaland.
There. And Savoli trying to get him straightened away. There. Savoli and Aldomori, they think that they deserve the win, so Angelo holds up the arm of Aldomori. Well, it was a game effort, but didn't help any. Aldomori's still shaking his head. He doesn't know where he is for sure yet. One thing we do know, the winners in straight falls in this Australian tag team match between Pugliese and Skaaland and the team of Savoli and Aldomori is Antonio Pugliese and Arnold Skaaland. We're going to give you a long look. Well, here he comes. Here he comes. You've heard of the current fad, long haircuts or lack of haircuts. This fellow doesn't take this jacket off that it seems he's wearing. That's part of him. There he goes. That's Bobby Davis's Beast. And man, he's like some Neanderthal fella. Look at that. That certainly isn't a mohair suit, but I haven't seen mohair. That's a terrible pun.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is 1 fall. Introducing in this corner from Brooklyn, New York, at 218 pounds, Pete Sanchez. His opponent at 240, The Beast.
Someone in back of me just yelled out the animal, and boy, they aren't far wrong. Huh. Pete Sanchez, the very likable Brooklyn boy. He certainly is has his work cut out for him in this match. The Beast doesn't understand any English, that's for sure. I saw him in one match last week, and I imagine many of you did. And all he knows is just keep going. Just destroy the opposition. Davis says, I don't want to get out yet, because the minute I take my hands off him, he's unleashed. Well, there's the bell, and there he goes. Sanchez bounced across the ring. And the Beast after him like a wild, just typically like a wild animal, swarming all over him. The Beast battering away. Sanchez hasn't had a chance to really get started. He's shaken up already. Promoter Whitey Carlson is ringing the bell again with one of his great wrestling shows in the beautiful Allen Garden at West Hempstead, Friday night, February 18th. He's headlining the bout all Long Island fans have been looking forward to. Pitting Bobby Davis's new sensation, the fellow you're looking at right now, the Beast, in a title bout against the world's heavyweight champion, Bruno Sammartino. You'd better get those seats early. There'll be no advance in admission prices for Whitey Carlson's Wrestling Spectacular at the Allen Garden in West Hempstead, Long Island, Friday night, February 18th. Well, you can hear those forearms. He's not too tall, but man, when he lands those forearms, you can hear the crash all over the arena. Bobby Davis meant it literally when he said, "I sick 'em on people." And there's Davis watching his Beast batter Sanchez into the corner. Now he feels the referee is giving Sanchez too much time to recover. Sanchez trying to counter with a flying head scissors, but the Beast refuses to go down, just rams him into the corner. The padding on one turnbuckle has been unhooked, and the Beast apparently has spotted it. There's no protection when he picks, say, there you are, our cameras give you a shot of it. And when the Beast rams Sanchez into that, that's just plain metal that Sanchez is being met with. The Beast, a human battering ram. Bobby Davis waves him on. Davis grabbing Sanchez's leg. The Beast doesn't need any help, but he's getting some from Davis anyway. He no sooner gets out of the hands of Davis than the Beast is on him in all his fury again. The VA says that thousands of children of living veterans are now eligible for school benefits formerly available only to children of certain deceased veterans. Those additionally eligible are children of veterans permanently and totally disabled by illness or injury attributable to their service. Full details are available from the VA. A wild animal-like roar from the Beast as he literally throws Sanchez across the ring. The Beast going behind, clamping on a reverse headlock. It's close to the throat. Takes a handful of his face. Notice how the Beast is always watching over in the corner at Davis. Ooh. And Sanchez went down like he was hit with a club. Into the corner. Well, that one is well padded, fortunately for Pete. Oh, the Beast has him in a rib-crushing bear hug. Throws him down. And a roar of triumph as he clamps on the Boston Crab. The Boston Crab. And Sanchez is forced to call uncle, but that doesn't stop the Beast. He's waiting for the word from Davis, and Davis taking his own good time about telling him to release it. Well, Davis is doing his best to indicate and finally succeeds in making the Beast understand that he's to let him go. All right, Sam. Well, I gave Sam the signal, but apparently the Beast doesn't even want Sanchez in there to hear this.
The winner, ladies and gentlemen, on a submission hold, the Beast.
There you get a good look at him. Look. Well, he understands that it's all over. And now he's going to help Davis down. Almost childlike in his inability to understand, but boy.
It looks like your mama.
And there you have it, the winner of this match between Bobby Davis's Beast and Pete Sanchez is the Beast. Well, we're all set for the introduction, so Sam, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall to curfew. Introducing in this corner from Butte, Montana, weighing 264 pounds, Smasher Sloan. His opponent from St. Joe, Missouri, at 240, Ronnie Etchison.
This is a newcomer that I haven't seen before, Ronnie Etchison. Very trim-looking fellow, and he has drawn a very rugged opening appearance opponent in the person of Smasher Sloan, the brawler from Butte. Sloan now taking his good time about folding that sweater. And then after carefully folding it, he throws it on the floor. Well, let's see what this Etchison looks like. Well, he certainly knows his way around to that extent. And he lets Sloan go charging into the ropes again. Sloan going immediately for the ropes as Etchison had a waist lock from the rear. Top wrist lock by Etchison. Now we'll have a chance to see Sloan show this power of his that he's so want to brag about. Well, a break is called as he forces Etchison into the ropes. Hey, this boy Etchison is all right. And Sloan, who is always the one to accuse his opponent of grabbing hair, although they'd have a hard time with that close-cut haircut that Sloan has, is always the one who is quickest to grab his opponent's hair. This is our final match. Big news for you Long Island fans. Promoter Whitey Carlson has just signed, sealed, and delivered contracts for the biggest match in the country for West Hempstead on Friday, February 18th. About to a finish between Bobby Davis's undefeated Beast and the champ Bruno Sammartino. There will be no advance in prices, remember. Whitey informs us that this was a real tough match to make. In addition to a big guarantee, he also had to get permission from the WWF for Bobby Davis to be in the Beast corner. So I'd advise all you fans to start making your reservations for this outstanding match between the Beast and Bruno Sammartino at the Island Garden in West Hempstead, Friday night, February 18th. And again, Smasher Sloan grabbing Etchison's hair, and Etchison sliding out of the side headlock. Gets the advantage once more, but there, that'll teach him a lesson. A forearm to the small of the back by Ronnie. Sloan trying to soften him up. Etchison has his feet under the ropes, and even though the referee was going to break the hold, again he's forced to break. Sloan once more grabbing the windpipe. Well, this Etchison certainly shows that he can mix it up if the opposition wants to. Etchison nailed him a beauty. Etchison with a press. And Sloan goes rolling out of the ring. He wants time to recover from that. I hope you heard the announcement about next week's card here at the National Arena. I hope those of you who are close enough can come in. It should be a real Lulu. Bruno, for the first time since his cousin got in this country, will be joining him in the ring. Pugliese and Bruno taking on Big Bill Miller and Baron Mikel Cicluna in the opening match at 8:30. That's next week here at the National Arena. Etchison whipped into the corner. Sloan tries to do it again, but Etchison reverses it. And boy, Ronnie right after him gives him a monkey flip. Did you see Sloan's mouth hanging open in complete surprise? It's shut now from those knee lifts. Sloan calling that it's a choke, but you could see the hands of there. You can see right across the chin. No choke. Well, this Etchison knows how to camouflage a hole if he wants to. Look at that knee vice now. That jars him. And Sloan is finding out that he has no novice in the ring with him. He may be a newcomer to this area, but he's certainly not a newcomer to the ring. Incidentally, let me alert you New York fans that the next wrestling card at Madison Square Garden is Monday night, February 21st. Well, Smasher Sloan is getting more and more reluctant about continuing this match. He hasn't been able to scare Etchison even slightly with his roughhouse tactics. Oh man, that knee and foot didn't do any good. He's through the ropes. Sloan takes his own good time about releasing. Sloan coming mighty close to a disqualification. Etchison in real trouble now. Look at this. He's on those. He's hung up on that lower rope. Now he's going to have a chance to get his win back. Come on, take advantage of the count. Nope, he's right back in there. There's no two ways about this. Sloan is strong. You can see that. Look at this. Sloan just got bounced, and there's a flying drop kick by Etchison. Another. And Sloan scrambles for the safety of the outside. Sloan certainly taking full advantage of the count. 18, 19, man, he came as close as you can come, and he steps right back out. And there goes the curfew bell. There goes the curfew bell. Now Sloan wants to come in and have his hand raised in victory. Oh, Sloan claiming he won the match. Well, I think there's quite a bit of doubt in everyone's mind that he did. We'll find out what the official verdict is.
Ladies and gentlemen, curfew intervening, decision a draw.
And as you heard, the decision in this curfew match between Ronnie Etchison and Smasher Sloan is a draw. Well, that wraps it up for tonight here at the National Arena, but don't forget, next week's great card. I certainly hope you can be with us in person. If not, we'll see you on the tube. Until next week, Ray Morgan saying to you wrestling fans, so long. 14 and a half, right? Hi there, fans. Ray Morgan here once again at ringside and inviting you to join me in your favorite ringside seat at the National Arena in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., for the best in professional wrestling. Here's the card. Steve Stanley meeting Prince Iaukea in a one-fall match. In a 2 out of 3 fall battle, Hector Serrano takes on Tomas Marin. 1 fall to curfew. Tony Aldamori battles Bruno Sammartino's newly arrived cousin, Antonio Pugliese. We'll be getting underway with another exciting encounter in just a moment.
Tommy, look, you got... Don't you tell me this is my place. I've been over that story. Look, I'm telling you, if you don't, you're going to go out of here. What am I doing there? Look, you fall over in the corner and stay over the corner where you belong. This man is yellow.
Announcer Friendly Bob Freed.
Thank you, Ray. Here's promoter Vince McMahon's lineup of 9 great wrestling matches set for the Washington Coliseum this coming Monday night. Angelo Savoldi meets the Golden Boy Arnold Skaaland. Tony Aldamori opposes the magnificent Maurice. Joe Millick battles Pete Sanchez. Miguel Perez tests Prince Curtis Iaukea. The Mongolian Stomper engages Wahoo McDaniel. Don McClary takes on Antonino Pugliese. And Tarzan Tyler duels another blonde bomber, Johnny Valentine. Plus 2 title bouts. Listen to this. Gorilla Monsoon versus the world's heavyweight champion, Bruno Sammartino. And the undefeated Molten Giant, Baron Mikel Cicluna, headlines against the United States title holder, Big Bobo Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is 1 fall. The Principals, Chicago, Illinois, 235. is Mr. America, Steve Stanley. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing at this time the famous manager, Bobby Davis. From Hawaii, 370, here is Prince Iaukea. One fall.
Well, Bob announced him as 370. My record shows that he's 380, and he looks every bit of it. Bobby Davis is going to inspect the Prince's hands. The Prince doesn't want the referee to touch him. At least Bobby doesn't want him to touch him. Well, Bobby Davis doesn't take long to make his presence felt, does he? And the fans got one look at him. And despite all those telegrams and letters that we got asking, where is he? You'd wonder at the reaction that he gets, why they wondered where he was. But believe me, we were flooded with letters, telegrams. Apparently, some of the people here at ringside did not send them. Steve, Mr. America Stanley. Whoa! He gets clobbered fast. And the Prince really going to work on him. Stanley. Oh, Stanley wound up right next to Bobby Davis. And I think he was inclined to continue the battle with Davis as his opponent, instead of the huge Hawaiian Prince. Well, now that strike is over, new faces and top talent headline the All-Star Wrestling set for Madison Square Garden Monday night, January 24th. Interesting newcomers include Bruno Sammartino's cousin, fresh from Italy, Antonio Pugliese. The 380-pound Hawaiian giant now in the ring, Prince Iaukea. 3 great matches on the Garden card. Pit Bobby Davis's Mongolian Stomper against Chief Bigheart, plus 2 title matches. The Miller Brothers defending their U.S. Tag Team Championship against Johnny Valentine and Bobo Brazil. And the undefeated Malton Strong Boy, Baron Mikhail Cicluna, meeting the world's heavyweight title holder, Bruno Sammartino. All on Madison Square Garden's great wrestling show, Monday night, January 24th. A reverse headlock by the Prince, the referee checking to make sure that it wasn't a choke, and Davis assuring him from his position outside the ring that it wasn't. Whoa! Did you see the mammoth size of those legs just as they clamped around the head of Steve Stanley? Bobby Davis doing his best to keep the referee away from there. And
It's up on the jaw there.
the Prince assuring Eddie Blake that it was up on the jaw. Got there after quite a section around his throat, however, while Davis was distracting the referee. The Prince doubling Stanley over that rope. And here's Bobby Davis going to work on Stanley while the Prince is being backed away. And Stanley getting it from both sides. Now while Davis is distracting the referee, look what the Prince is doing. Bobby Davis giving his man a chance to indulge in a few extracurricular holds. The Prince bouncing him off that turnbuckle as though he were batting a ball off a wall. And there he goes, on out. Davis waving to the Prince to come on and get there and grab him before he gets in, and the Prince follows orders. You better be careful, however. The referee could disqualify him now. However, the referee is having as much trouble making Bobby Davis behave as he is having the Prince stay in line. Oh boy, like a Mack truck backing into you. The Prince, here comes the tide coming in. The big splash. 380 pounds, and Stanley is not in any position to move that. There he is, my man. Bobby Davis says, my man. Oh boy, Stanley must feel like a steamroller just rolled over him. Davis trying to get a hand for his giant. Here's the time.
And the winner of this match, Prince Iaukea.
Davis alone in his applause as that verdict is announced. The winner of this match between Steve Mr. America Stanley and the 380-pound Prince Iaukea is Prince Iaukea. All right, Bob.
Ladies and gentlemen, officiating at this time, your referee, Vince DePaula. This match is 2 out of 3 falls, the principals. From the Bronx, New York, 226, here is Hector Serrano. And his opponent from Puerto Rico at 233, Thomas Marin. 2 out of 3 falls.
Among others here at ringside, enjoying the matches tonight, from over in Baltimore, Mrs. Georgette Krieger and Mrs. Blanche Malinowski. Hector Serrano on the left, and Thomas Marin on the right of your screen, as Vince DePaula gives the instructions. Serrano crouching as he backs away, although Marin is not one to break the rules unless he's provoked into it by his opponent's actions. But Serrano acted as though he expected the worst. Serrano carrying on a running gunfire commentary with the fans. There he goes. Man, he caught Marin flush in the face. And Serrano pointing at some of his hecklers, saying that was for you. Again, Marin was lured into relaxing. Serrano after very plainly holding up his hand as though he were going to break. Nailed him. No, you weren't hauled by the hair at all. That was a legitimate hip lock. And there he goes again. Serrano better pay a little more attention to Marin. To the fans, I'm a gentleman. And he thinks he just proved it with that handshake. Side headlock. Whoop, he was no gentleman there. 2 out of 3 fall match between Thomas Marin and Hector Serrano. Hey, good news. The best possible for you fans up Long Island way. Big-time wrestling at its best, headed for Whitey Carlson's beautiful Island Garden in West Hempstead, Friday night, January 28th. The huge Hawaiian 380-pound Prince Yokeya, Bruno Sammartino's cousin Antonio Pugliese, Bobby Davis's Mongolian Stomper, and the world's heavyweight champ Bruno Sammartino are top stars on this tremendous card. One of the outstanding shows of the winter season at the Island Garden in West Hempstead, Long Island, Friday night, January 28th. With a leg lock. And the referee, Vince DiPaula, closely watching those shoulders of Serrano. Serrano with a monkey flip, and oh boy, he nips right up to his feet. And he's showing the fans how ready he is for battle. And Thomas Marin is showing how ready he is. Serrano grabbing for those ropes. Ooh, look at that. Serrano raking across the back of Marin. That's not doing him any good. And now he's got him by the windpipe. Look at this. The referee watching to make sure he doesn't dig those fingers into the back. Comes around now and... Did he catch him? Nope, not yet. Serrano's got Marin on a merry-go-round. Grabbed him by the ear. He didn't pull his hair. He grabbed him by the ear to help accomplish that takedown. Arm and wrist lock by Serrano. And back down he hauls him. That's the best I've ever heard. Serrano just told the referee, please don't bother me. Marin once again taken off his feet. And this time, however, Vince DiPaula spotted the method that was used to get him down and quickly forces Serrano to break. figuring that if Serrano's going to start to get rough, he'd better get rough too. And he's certainly showing Serrano that he can. Serrano looking for cover. Oh, boy. Face rake by Serrano. And the referee showing him very vividly what he means when he says don't do it. There he goes. Serrano is flirting with a disqualification now. Vince DiPaula with another warning finger in the face of Serrano. Oh, look at this. Serrano crying out, watch the fist, watch the fist. I don't know if you heard me mention or not earlier the fact that Bruno Sammartino goes into his big battle with Baron Mikhail Cicluna. For the first time since becoming champion, he is the underdog, in the opinion of many of the experts. While Bruno, in conversation, doesn't seem to be fazed by it, I'm sure he must wonder what he has to do. Although the Cicluna has certainly proved his worth. Look at this. Flying drop kick and a flying body block by Marin. And Serrano is flattened. We'll get the time from Bob Freed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this first fall, Thomas Marin.
That certainly meets with the enthusiasm of the fans. The winner of this first fall in this 2 out of 3 fall match between Hector Serrano and Thomas Marin is Thomas Marin. We'll be back with the next fall in a moment. Here they go. Thomas Marin, Hector Serrano. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Serrano is certainly learning his lesson. This Marin, one of the more gentlemanly men in the ring. But boy, you get him started and he knows his way around. Look at, whoop, look at that. Open hand. Serrano with a snapmare and a double knee drive right alongside the head of Marin. Serrano sending them in there now. Well, that telegram that Bruno Sammartino tore up and that I read to you from Freddie Blassie, I just want to tell you this. Vince McMahon is going to do everything he possibly can to make that match come true. The bout in which Bruno Sammartino would wrestle the powerful and angry West Coast contender, fiery Freddie Blassie, right here on Channel 5. Vince is determined to put this one on, and don't be surprised if he makes the match. He generally gets what he goes after as a wrestling promoter. And Freddie Blassie apparently feels that despite the fact he's been beaten by Bruno, as Bruno says, that his attempt to teach Baron Cicluna some things that he thinks that will dethrone Bruno, well, he may find himself being called upon to put his muscles where his mouth is. Double chin lock by Marin. Oh, and there go those flying fingers of Serrano. Hector Serrano was guilty of this during the first fall. And despite the warning of the referee, he is now returning to this style of attack. Wrestling's on the upswing in the New York area. Interesting new faces and established old favorites will headline two terrific cards set for Madison Square Garden Monday night, January 24th, and the Allen Garden Arena in West Hempstead, Long Island, the following Friday night, January 28th. Red McNulty, the 380-pound Hawaiian Prince Yokeya, Bruno Sammartino's cousin Antonio Pugliese, Bobby Davis's Mongolian Stomper, and the undefeated Baron Mikel Cicluna are the newcomers who will see action on both shows, along with the old favorites Johnny Valentine and the world's champ Bruno Sammartino, on top wrestling shows at Madison Square Garden Monday night, January 24th, and the Allen Garden in West Hempstead Friday night, January 28th. By Hector Serrano, really being pounded into that mat with this body scissors and pile driver by Marin. Right into the pit of the stomach. And boy, that'll take plenty of starch out of Marin. Marin over the top rope. Serrano doesn't want him to get back, that's obvious. The referee has different ideas, however. Now Serrano comes charging in behind the referee again. Whoa, boy, did Serrano go down, and look at this. Two, nope, I thought he had him. Marin flying over that top rope, and boy, he almost did it. Serrano getting out of the way of the on-charging Marin, who with fist cocked was ready to do battle. And one of our ringside spectators giving a count for Serrano. Serrano again beating a retreat as Marin advanced on him. Serrano wants the referee to get Marin back out of the way, and Marin goes back at the order of the referee. Serrano keeping well out of the reach of Marin. Well, Serrano certainly stalling for time now. And there you get a shot of the woman who has been heckling Serrano ever since he made an appearance. She's been leading the heckling, I might say. She's not the only one that's been getting after him. No, he's allowed a count of 20 before he gets in. She wanted to stop at the count of 10. Whoa! Well, Serrano might have had the right idea about staying out of the reach. A couple of trip outs and Serrano on the flat of his back. And down again he goes with a thud. Now he's sure he wants to stay out of there. Serrano, as he walks by me, says that his trunks are being pulled. Well, if his trunks were being pulled, they certainly had to be down around his ankles. $47,700 people died in auto accidents last year. Thousands of them were good drivers, like you. But being a good driver and in the right isn't enough. You could be dead right. So make defensive driving a habit. Always watch out for the other guy. Your life depends upon it. This is a 2 out of 3 fall match, and the first fall has been won by Marin. And Serrano is certainly making a habit of being out of the ring more than he's in there. In the second fall, Marin really has him backing up. And from the going over he's getting, Serrano has good reason. Palm of the hand, says Marin, but it doesn't quite look like it. And from the look on Serrano's face, I'm sure it doesn't feel like it. Out again. Incidentally, Baron Mikel Cicluna, if he succeeds in his attempt to wrest the World's Heavyweight Wrestling Championship from Bruno Sammartino up at Madison Square Garden, will be the first wrestler of Maltese blood ever to hold the wrestling title. Serrano with a series of snap mares. Whoop. A tremendous flying hip lock as Serrano threw his full weight into that. There he goes up again and down as he whips Marin to the mat. Once more he's up. This time Marin drops him on the flat of his back and neck, and that took all the battle out of Serrano. He's running for cover again, but it's over. He wants out. Boy, Serrano really had it. Here's the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match in 2 straight falls, Marin.
The winner in 2 straight falls in this match between Hector Serrano and Thomas Marin is Thomas Marin. Bob?
Ladies and gentlemen, officiating at this time, your referee, Jack Davis. This next match is one fall to curfew, the Principals. From Stamford, Connecticut, 236, here is Tony Alamori. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to introduce the world's heavyweight champion, Bruno Sammartino, and also the Golden Boy, Arnold Skaaland. Tony Alamori's opponent from Italy at 235 pounds, Antonino Pugliese, one fall.
Get that lady out of here!
Tony Alamori already has had enough of the heckling from the ringside. He wants ringside cleared. He doesn't want to listen to any of that. Alamori, a great favorite up around Stamford and Bridgeport, New Haven. And this is our first look at the cousin of Bruno Sammartino, his first appearance in this country, Antonio Pugliese. And as you can see, he's a very handsome fellow. Congratulations, New York fans. The transit strike's over and plenty of good seats are available for that great wrestling card at Madison Square Garden Monday night, January 24th. The Garden's box office will be open all day tomorrow for this new deal of international all-stars and new faces, such as the 380-pound Hawaiian Prince Iaukea, Bruno Sammartino's cousin, now in the ring, Antonio Pugliese, Bobby Davis's Mongolian Stomper. Here are a few of the matches. The Mongolian Stomper meets Chief Bigheart. Smasher Sloan versus Pugliese, and undefeated Baron Mikel Cicluna meets the world's champ Bruno Sammartino. All on Madison Square Garden's tremendous wrestling card, Monday night, January 24th. Pugliese with an arm lock, and he has had Alamori whipping through the air. Nice trip out by Pugliese. Wrist lock and arm wringer. Standing wrist lock and arm wringer, and he's bracing his knee against that elbow, putting more pressure on the hold. And Alamori really feeling it. Alamori reaching desperately for the ropes, makes them. And Pugliese steps back. And Tony Alamori, that tirade was directed at the champ Bruno Sammartino and his road manager Arnie Skaaland. Of course, Bruno quite anxious to watch his cousin in his first match, and he certainly is getting an eyeful. Alamori trying to reverse that full Nelson, but Pugliese very neatly got away from it. Look at this. Alamori once more spins free, and Pugliese once more recaptures him. That'll teach you to use the ropes. Davis reminding Pugliese when he's through the ropes, let him alone.
Open your eyes, Davis.
Alamori telling Davis he better keep his eyes open. Well, not to be using a pun, but this is the height of something or other. Big Bobo Brazil is meeting the first man taller than himself in his match at the Coliseum here in Washington Monday night when he takes on Baron Mikel Cicluna, the giant from Malta. Incidentally, Cicluna has made a suggestion that might interest you fans. He's advised the management they'd better have a stretcher ready to take his opponent away Monday night. Well, Pugliese has certainly demonstrated that he has certainly a variety of holds and is well worthy of being related to the champion. He's upholding the family honor quite well thus far. We'd better not put a jinx on him, however, because the tide of battle can turn quickly. And Tony Aldomori has certainly had quite a bit more experience in the rough and ready catch-as-catch-can style of wrestling that prevails here in the wrestling capital of the world. Antonio tightening up on that headlock. Throw off by Aldomori, and Pugliese really flattens him. He's catching him with two beautiful shoulder blocks. Pugliese staying well away from that haymaker. And look at Aldomori scrambling for the ropes. Incidentally, as a result, among other things, of the transit strike in New York, plenty of good seats are still available for you New York fans for that great card at the Garden Monday night, January 24th. So better take advantage of it. Bear hug. And he has to release it.
Break clean, you understand, American?
Aldomori calling out the rules to Pugliese. He didn't think he broke that fast enough. And Davis just called over to the champ, said, help me out a little bit here. Apparently Pugliese doesn't understand English too well, and Davis wanted Bruno to call in when Jack gives an order to break, to call in to Pugliese in his native tongue so that he'd understand it. I would have thought that Pugliese might know that. As Pugliese is very smooth, boy. Handles himself well. He can drive that shoulder in there, too. Look at this. If Aldomori thought he was going to trip him, he was mistaken. Look at this. Pugliese gave him the steamroller and then came back with two beautiful flying drop kicks. Aldomori started around this way, but sitting there very calmly, the champ and Arnie. So he took a different route. Aldomori trying to clamp on a side headlock. Finds his intended target, a very slippery one. Tries to flip him off and can't succeed in that. Aldomori trying to find out where he is. He's right there with you. Aldomori says he's got grease on him. Davis checks and finds out that he hasn't. Aldomori looking desperately for those ropes. And he's got them. Bruno just then called out to Pugliese to go ahead and step back. Alamori spins him into the corner, and look at this. He's got a grip on the windpipe. There go a couple of whips to the into the stomach and to the jaw, and that fired up Pugliese. Pugliese says, okay, if you want to be rough, let's all be rough. And he's showing that he can be. Pugliese with an arm whip. Oh, he walked into one there, though. Alamori caught him a butte right under the chin. Look at this. Pugliese hooks him with a full leg Nelson, spins him over and's got him. Bruno, the first to jump through the ropes, and congratulate Pugliese on his first victory here in the States. Bruno's cousin, Antonio Pugliese, and I'm sure you'll be seeing and hearing a lot of him. Let's get the time, Bob.
And the winner of this match, Antonio Pugliese.
And that makes it official. Wait a minute. What is this? Over talking with Alamori is Tarzan Tyler. Well, Tarzan's not going to change the decision, that's for sure. Incidentally, I think we have a couple of minutes. I'm going to talk with some of the wrestlers, and I'll be doing that right after we make official the verdict. The winner of this match between Antonio Pugliese and Tony Alamori is Antonio Pugliese. Well, fans, despite the fact that Tony Alamori just had a rather rough time in the ring, I prevailed upon him to say a few words for us, and he has been the first to meet Bruno's cousin. I wanted to get his opinion, however, on Bruno's upcoming match with Baron Mikkel Cicluna. Now, Tony, you're a qualified man to talk to on the matter. Many of the experts seem to feel that Baron Cicluna and his style and that Hangman's hold of his will prove to be the undoing of Bruno Sammartino. What do you think?
Well, Ray, I've been around quite a bit in the wrestling game, and I've seen a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of wrestlers, but I will say this. Out of all the guys I have seen up to this point, I think Scicluna is really qualified to do the job. I've seen him work. I've watched him train. I've seen him in condition. I've seen this guy ready and willing to go, and I know that he is going to be undoubtedly the victor in this upcoming match on the 24th.
You have no doubt about it.
No, I was talking to Tyler, talked to some of the other fellows who've been around, and we're under the same impression that this fella is going to be the taker of the belt, I'm afraid.
All right, well.
On the 24th of this month.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. I know you want to get back and take a shower. I know that you...
Ray, I'd like to say one other thing, if I may. I think I speak for the whole country. I want to pay tribute to the people in New York. I think they've been a great people under a great crisis. And I know on Monday night, the wrestling fans now are going to be able to get to the Garden for this great show, and I think the whole world is looking up to the New Yorkers. I think they're a great bunch of people under this great crisis.
Sure we can all agree with that. Thank you very much, Tony Alamori. Right, nice to talk with you. Here's a fellow who certainly knows whereof he speaks. Tarzan, let's have your opinion.
Listen, I don't have much to say. All I want to say is this. I've been working out with the Baron, and I know what's going to happen to Bruno Sammartino on the Garden.
Okay, well, there it is. That seems to be the consensus. And Professional Wrestling will be back with you next week. And until then, from the National Arena, Ray Morgan saying so long.